Chapter 7. Nori and I were both way too polite on the bus in the morning. She had an art club meeting after school, so it was just me riding home. I settled back against the seat and pulled out my phone. A message from Tyler must have come in while it was silenced during my last class. Okay, one more question. The bus pulled away from the curb with a lurch. I smiled and began typing. What's that? How in the world do you get a huge animal to jump over stuff? Seriously, I've seen it on TV. They make it look so easy, but it can't be. The horses are well trained and they know how to read the rider's signals. Still, it takes a lot of effort and concentration. It isn't easy, but it's so fun. Feels like flying. Tyler and I chatted the rest of the way home. It wasn't like I had anything else to do, and besides, he was turning out to be so nice. I'd signed up to help out at Engelbrook on Saturday since I hadn't had time to visit Brandy either day I was there for my lessons. When I got close to the rescue barn, I called her name. Maybe she'd recognize my voice. Brandy? I said again. There was no shuffling movement, no nickering, nothing. Her stall was empty. My shoulders tightened. Had she already been adopted out somewhere? And I'd never see her again? I headed straight to the main office. Therese was in there, typing on the computer. Hey, Julia, she said, looking up. Thanks for coming in today. What's up? That new horse, Brandy? She's not in her stall. Is everything okay? Actually, it's better than okay. A couple of our trainers tried her out, and we think she's ready to be ridden in classes. We moved her into the vacant stall in the lesson barn. She's staying here? Therese nodded. Yeah, she's a great horse. I wanted to jump up and down and cheer, but instead I just smiled. She really is. Want me to groom her again? Absolutely. All that attention you gave her really seemed to help turn things around that first day. So feel free, anytime. I'll go get started right now. Brandy nickered when she saw me coming. I'd heard that horses always remembered how people had treated them before. It was pretty obvious she was glad to see me by the way she pricked her ears forward and walked over to the door to meet me. I looked into her warm brown eyes. You're going to love it here, I promise. She nibbled gently on my shoulder. Maybe one day we can go for a ride together, I said, stroking her forehead. She nuzzled my neck. I'd always thought it was pretty cool how horses made it so clear who they liked, who they put up with, and who they couldn't stand. It sure would have helped me on the bus with Nori if I had known exactly how she was feeling. That's when I had an idea. As soon as I got home, I hurried into the den without even bothering to change clothes first. Ginger was sitting on her computer keyboard, and she meowed and gave me a nip when I picked her up to move her off. I rubbed her little tooth marks on my wrist and then logged into the desktop and did a quick search of body language. There was no reason I couldn't learn to read people the way I read horses. I must not have been the only person wanting to know about this stuff because a gazillion links popped up. I scrolled through a few different headings, then clicked on the one that said, How to Tell Someone's True Feelings About You. I'd barely glanced at it when Mom walked into the den. Getting some homework done? Good for you. She took a closer look at the screen. Underneath the heading, there were a bunch of checklists about how people act when they are or aren't attracted to someone. Why are you reading about this? Mom's voice suddenly filled with alarm. Those articles are for adults trying to meet people in bars. Was it worth explaining the whole thing with Nori? Well, maybe it's time we had a talk, she continued. You know, Dad and I want you to wait a while before you start dating. Mom's phone rang. Can you hold that thought for a sec? She picked up. What? 2 more new students? How am I supposed to fit any other desks in my room? Mom waved her hand in the air like she just did not have time for this, then hit a button on her phone, probably to mute it, and turned back to me. You need to at least be in high school. We can revisit it then. Revisit what? I'm sorry, Julia. I've got back to school night to get ready for, and I apparently have 2 more students that I didn't know about. If you have a minute at some point and can help me cut out some stuff, that would be great. I'd love to discuss this more later, but I just can't right now. Before I could say anything, she hit the button on her phone again, then turned around and walked out the door. What was she even talking about? Here she was, wanting me to do more of her work for her. And why did it feel like I was in trouble when I'd done absolutely nothing wrong? I went into my room to listen to some music, and my phone pinged. My stomach got all fluttery when I saw who it was. Hey, what have you been up to? I was at the barn. You spent so much time there. How long have you been riding? I had a picture on my wall from the very first time I sat on a pony's back. It was at the annual rescue fundraiser. There'd been a picnic with games and raffles, and I'd gotten led around a ring on a dappled gray pony named Merrylegs, like one of my favorite characters in Black Beauty. He was small and friendly, and I begged my parents to let me take riding lessons the second my feet touched the ground. 5 years. Used to be really good. So what else is going on? Not too much. How's school? Same old. You don't sound that excited. It starts too early. I have a ton of homework. Yeah? My teachers are already loading it on. That happened fast. I don't like to get up early either unless it's to go mountain biking. That I'll get up for. Not looking forward to homework and setting my alarm this week. Is private school fun? It's all right. So what's your family like? Probably not the best time to ask me that. My mom's annoying. She gets mad for no reason, and she treats me like a baby. Or else forgets I exist. I thought back to all the nights Mom and Dad were out, leaving me here alone. My parents are barely around anyway. That's not cool. Yeah, my best friend's been acting weird lately, too. You've got a lot going on. Good luck with all of it. We'll talk again soon, okay?